Last Saturday, Ireland travelled to Twickenham to play England in a World Cup warm-up match. The match was labelled a friendly, but was always going to be on the next level. Pre-match felt like a close encounter was stirring, with Ireland's added motivation that they would end up top of the world rankings if they beat England. They didn't. England thumped them with some great rugby attack and some sloppy defending by Ireland, but a huge factor of the match that stood out to everyone was the Irish line-out. Their line-out imploded suddenly after 20 minutes and continued to misfire throughout the match till literally the 80th minute, with Captain Rory Best and Sean Cronin being terrorised by George Cruz, Courtney Laws when he came on, and a man-of-the-match worthy Maro Itoje. So let's have a look. After 20 minutes, the first line-out fail. This malfunction has to be noted down as an overthrow by Rory Best, as even though Itoje and Cruz both jump up, Henderson is in front, meaning he would have got to the ball if it were on target. Not the end of the world, Ireland shouldn't even give it a second thought. 31 minutes, Rory Best again. Cleverly using the ball to shield his eyes against the sun so you can see, Itoje challenges at the back of the line-out, this time jumping in front of Peter O'Mahony and getting his big mitt to the ball, knocking it down to Tom Curry, completing the turnover. So what do these first two examples have in common? That both Cruz and Itoje went up. With both jumpers going up in defence, either Ireland have to throw the ball perfectly, something that could be a challenge today judging by Best's first throw, or Ireland have to stop England from putting up two men. The third clip here comes relatively soon after the second, when Ireland have a line out about 10 metres from their own line. This is when the pressure's on, as the previous two shaky line-outs were around the halfway line. And now they're faced with a pressure set piece that really needs to be won in order to stop the English scoring. Ireland realise that England are putting up two players to try and steal the ball. They have two sets of three forwards so they can lift both Cruz and Itoje. So how do you combat this? By shortening the line out to 5, forcing England to lift one player and pick between Cruz and Itoje. This is a clever move by Ireland and shows Ireland playing some good, smart tactics in a pressured situation in an area of the game that they've so far been struggling in. Then this happened. England still managed to get two players up, and this time fully pinched the ball. Cruz is lifted by two forwards, but Itoje is lifted at the front solely by Carl Sinclair. But this ball is won by Cruz. He outsmarts Ireland early on. In a 5-man line-out, the opposing middleman has a lot of responsibility. He has to decide whether to lift the front man or the back man, and usually if he gets this wrong, the time it takes to turn around and lift the correct player means the line-out is already finished. But the English middleman here doesn't have to swivel round, as he knows Itoje is going to be lifted by Sinclair alone. That means he can stay and commit with Cruz and lift him quickly. Ireland try this fancy move to tempt England to lift the front man. Cruz keeps his eyes on them constantly, and when the back three separate, he knows the ball is being thrown to the back of the line-out. He jumps in front of the Irish player and snatches the ball away. This ball is also slightly underthrown, thanks to some great distracting play by Itoje in the front. From this deal, England would go on to win a scrum and from there score through Manu Tuilagi. This is one of several great plays in Tuilagi's man-of-the-match performance, and I'll probably do a video on it. Okay, so we're in the second half. Ireland are down and looking shaky, but they are anything but out of this match. Line out on Ireland's 22, Best overthrows, England gather the ball and score through Itoje. Their last line out went horribly and led to an England try. This time, neither Itoje or Cruz commit to jumping. The lifting forwards aren't even concerned with it, yet Best overthrows. This is technically an unforced error, but has occurred through the psychological impact of the previous line-out failures. Here, Best knows that the last time he threw to the back, he underthrew, leading to easy pickings by Cruz and a score from England. But this time, he overcompensates and overthrows so much that even a fully stretching and perfectly timed jump from Henderson can't reach it. England score and go 19 points up. This is the second line-out in a row that Ireland lose that leads to a try. Best is then replaced by Sean Cronin, who is probably concerned about throwing into the line-out. In his first line-out throw of the match, he's faced with an England pack with 3 world-class line-out disruptors, now that Courtney Lawes has joined the gang. He throws into the sun and manages to mangle the ball through the line-out, even though all 3 line-out jumpers get hands on the ball. Probably unsettling. In this case, the boys in green have so many people in the line and do some fancy move to try and confuse the English, yet end up throwing it to a jumper right alongside George Cruz. Cruz doesn't even move to meet him. Ireland shuffle round and move Devon Toner next to Cruz before jumping. Really not good. Cruz puts pressure on the Irish, forcing Toner to slap at the ball, resulting in an England line-out, essentially another turnover. This is one of the cases where the call is made and the team stick to the move even though they know they're throwing it into a difficult situation. This just arises from poor line-out calls. Okay, 76th minute. Ireland are on their own 5-metre line. An even more stressful throw than the one in the first half. The ball is thrown, goes over everyone, and Cowan-Dickey scores. This is the third line-out which directly leads to a try by England. I know if you take off 21 points from the scoreline, England still win the match, but throughout the match, Ireland's game was stuttering and killing itself by their inability to win clean ball from line-outs. We all know the saying, forwards win games, and if Ireland can't win their own ball from any set piece, let alone their line-outs, Ireland could seriously struggle in the upcoming World Cup. This is literally the last play of the game, 80th minute. Devon gives the old, yeah boy, I got this, and Itoje steals the ball, summing up the game perfectly. So after all this, what have we learned? Ireland need to fix their lineouts. Thank you for watching this video. I can't believe my first video on YouTube hit 2,000 views in little over a week. I'm so grateful for everyone who watched it. This video is a little less exciting with it being about line-out tactic rather than a flashy solo try from Gareth Davies, but hopefully all you unsung heroes in the forwards will help me out by clicking the subscribe button and liking the video. If you are back, then go watch my Gareth Davies video. There's a lot more flashy graphics to go with the flashy footwork. See you later.